Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat, joined by Dolly again today. Hey, baby girly. Yeah, she's nice and comfy on the back of the chair today. Yet again, she came to me and she wanted her petting, and she got a bit like overly stimulated from her pet, and she got onto the desk next to me, all purry, started rolling around, and then trying to, grab my arm and bite my hand. The usual things, trying to treat my arm like a kickstick, like it's some toy. So now she's conking out. She got through that, now she's sleepies. So, today is Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. Yesterday in the US was the Memorial Day holiday. We had a lot of rain, like thunderstorms, yesterday. Now, fortunately, we had not planned to do anything outside, so that was fine. And the main food we were having, the main dish, burgers, was already done the day before. My mother got a recipe that she made for a baked sliders that was burger and bacon, and cheese sliders bake. So it's similar to a recipe that she does for New Year's, specifically for like sandwiches, regular miniature sandwiches made out of those, those like little dinner rolls from King's Hawaiian. Yeah, so that was fine. Because she made them on Sunday, we started having them on Sunday, but yesterday for Memorial Day we had the hot dogs with it, french fries, all that good stuff. Fortunately, we had the power for it for the most part to reheat things. Big thing though, few things yesterday was very, very busy, in particular because so took care of the litter boxes. We got those cleaned. Cats were very happy that they got their litter boxes cleaned yesterday. Completely refreshed. So yeah, very heavy lifting to get all that out and refreshed. So that was one thing. The other thing is that as has happened on multiple holidays at this point, one of the shelves on the door to our refrigerator broke. In fact, the one that broke was a replacement. Was already a replacement shelf. That one I got in 2021. Yeah, just for whatever reason, with holidays and cooking, just the stuff breaks in the fridge. Don't know why exactly that is, but yeah. So now we are actually out both bottom door shelves on our refrigerator. Of the two that are on the top section, the one that's like in the middle, the bottom of the two on the top section, that one's about to give way any moment. It would not surprise me at any point for things to come crashing down there. So the other big mission, of course, was having to clean out a shelf in the fridge itself to make space for what was inside of the door shelf that broke. Yay! And get all that, the bad stuff, out and into the the garbage can outside. So a lot of lifting. It was busy. I was busy yesterday. Of course, you know, the holiday is the busy day. Not really a holiday when you spend it working like that. But yeah, anyway. So, the 3D printing stuff. Sales are going out today because yesterday was a holiday for USPS as well, so no mail going out yesterday. It all has to go out today. And for me, pretty sure I ended up with 9 packages for the like period from Friday through yesterday. And nothing overnight thus far today was sold. But yeah, it was surprising. I got like, I think it was 4 yesterday alone. Orders for prints. So yeah. Main one. Main one was a video game tray. The regular video game tray behind me. That was the main, most popular thing. Various colors on that. Someone even bought a blue with a green 10-slot tray. Someone bought a 12-slot tray, and someone bought 3 of the 10 in black. I also sold like a 3DS tray in white with, let's see, what else? Game Gear tray, 20-slot with the holes in it, and Game Boy 20-slot tray that was solid-based. A 25-slot DS tray, not tray, a 25-slot DS wall display, with, and that was by itself, and then a Sega Game Gear console display stand with 3 of those displays, the handheld like slash general displays. I'll call them general displays. In black. So yeah, it was a lot. There's a lot of things. Lots of stuff. And yeah, I did all of that prep last night because it took like I don't know, like over 40 minutes to get all the stuff, you know, boxed and labels done, and I didn't want to do it this morning, so got it done last night. They're going in. Now she's groomies behind me, licking that paw. Hi. Cleaning that paw. Yeah, Dappa. Yeah, it's cleaning that paw. So that's the 3D printing stuff. I have new items for the 3D printing stuff. That's the other important thing to say. Up here, I now have a storage tray option for CDs, for like standard CD jewel cases, which, you know, that includes PlayStation games, like original PlayStation games that were often sold with regular jewel cases, standard size jewel cases. So yeah, this is a case. It works with like music CDs and all that good stuff, as long as they're standard single slots. Yeah, and I have the multiple sizes of that tray too, and I have it in both of my variations. So I have that standard variation, and I have a more rigid so this is the Switch version, but I have this style now as well for the CD tray, and I have added this style for the 3DS case trays as well. So the only thing I need to do now is get this style built and printed and listed for the standard video game tray, and it's the standard tray, the Vita tray, and the Blu-ray tray, of which, you know, the standard tray is like DVD standard, and then Blu-ray standard, and then the Vita. Those are the ones that I still need for that updated new design, which is a little bit more expensive, but it's also more sturdy, shall we say. Sturdier, cleaner look on the front. Doesn't look as flimsy, isn't as flimsy. Flimsy in quotes. I don't really consider the normal design to be particularly flimsy, but, you know, it'll break if you try to break it. It'll break if you try to break it. Really, the more rigid ones are for folks who would want to move the tray around while it's fully loaded. I wouldn't really want to do that with the standard tray version, but whatever, should still work. You just gotta be careful. Just be careful. If you break it, it's not my fault. Anyway, so that's that update. I have those 3 listings on Etsy right now and not on eBay yet. eBay will probably go up around the 1st of June. All right, updates with games. What I've been playing. Not really much to say about Star Rail other than I continue to spend my stamina building Zhu Yi, whatever, however you pronounce her name. Destruction Quantum character 4-star that would work well with the Harmony Trailblazer. So, yeah. Working on building that character, getting her traces built right now. Almost, actually. Sorta almost done. It's still, I think, a few more days to finish maxing the traces, and then relic grind again. And that'll be a while. And I may just swap to a different trace grind for a different destruction character that will be coming with the next update to the game. Cough, hack, wheeze. But we shall see. Other than that, let's see. We've got Azure Lane still has the event going for quite some time. It lasts until like the 12th of June. So we got a while to go on that. And I am just grinding the event for the most part. That's how I'm spending oil, is on the event missions. D3 is the one to grind for the most points. I'm trying to get the points, the event points, as many as I can. We'll see if I can get even remotely close to the 100 grand score, like total event points by the end of the event, to get all of the like point accrual rewards. And then there's the shop stuff to buy as well for that. So that's really the reason for that. So yeah, just progressing at this point. I've gotten all of the event ships already. So yeah, I'm trying to also get the extra copy of the Mogador ship, because that saves one of the UR Burens that can be used on any ultra rare ship to upgrade them. Saves one of those because my account is considered new. My account is new. I started this year. I started basically during, or like a bit before the most recent Northern Parliament event that gave like Kronstadt rerun. I think it was a rerun of that event. Yeah, it started like before that, but that was really the first event the first UR event that I was able to take part in and to get the UR at that time. So there's a bunch of ultra rares that I don't have that I would have to get on their reruns, plus the standard ultra rares that are on the banners, which I now do have both. I actually have both of the banner ultra rares. So yeah, that is progressing. That is progressing. I unlocked mines, whatever, through the research ship stuff. Got the Vanguard experience to unlock her, and then moved on to what's the one I'm working on now? August von Percival, Carrier. So that'll be the next one. Was thinking about doing Odin, but decided to not do another DR ship and do a PR ship, priority ship, because it's less experience needed to unlock overall. 3 million total rather than 3.6. It's a pretty big difference. Also easier to upgrade as well. So that is Azure Lane, and then AFK Journey just continues. Yeah, it's boring stuff at this point. Just there is no more real content to do for a while. Wuthering Waves. I am still playing Wuthering Waves. I've been going through the missions. That's been the main thing. Going through the missions, trying to get the account level up, upgraded. Right now it's like level 31. And that transition into 30 was a bit abrupt. It increases like the world's level, so all of the enemies on the map have their levels increased as well to like in the 50s. And I still would have to. I still at that point had to get materials to upgrade the characters that I'm using to level 60. So they were at 50, and then all the enemies became greater than 50. So yeah, it started taking a little while to kill things. And then just like today, actually realized that the weapon that I was using for my main character, the main carry, the event up character Jian. Yeah, I realized the weapon I was using for him was a defense upgrading weapon, and not attack. Oops. Yeah, so I switched to an attack weapon and upgraded that. That was a little bit of a waste of resources on the other weapon, but oh well. I'll have it for if I ever run a character that needs defense scaling. Yeah, that helped a lot with being able to kill things fast in that game. Yeah, it helps having like an attack based weapon. I still want the event weapon. Working on, I'm spending all of the gem currency that comes in on the weapon banner to try to get the signature weapon for him, because then I'll be set for a good while with the main DPS carry. The one complaint I have right now is that in order to level up the characters, you have to do boss fights to get Ascension materials, and unlike in Genshin Impact and in Honkai Star Rail, the Hoyoverse games, here they cost 60 stamina per run. instead of 40. So it's a bit painful because you get 240 a day of stamina. So that's 4 total runs for an entire day, which really drags things out a lot. To upgrade characters to level 60, or to be able to level them to level 60, you need 6 of the boss drops, and at that point in the game, you only really get 2. So you need to fight the boss 3 times to get 1 character as ascension materials at that point, and it's only going to get longer from there, as each subsequent ascension upgrade is going to require more materials. Now, the boss will drop more with higher world levels, or Soul 3 phases, whatever. The drops will increase, but also the amount needed will increase by more than that. So the total number of times that you have to fight the boss per character is going to get pretty high. I'm thinking of like over 5 runs at a time. Definitely more than 5, maybe like 6 or more. So like a couple days of the boss fights just for 1 character. Granted, it's teams of 3 in this game rather than of 4, so there's at least some balance there. It just doesn't really feel that good. And then the like echo farming nodes are also 60, which is weird to me. I don't know why they're 60. The only things that are even 40 are the like the skill level realms, whatever what you want to call them, dungeon challenges. It's like, oh, those are 40. I want them all to be 40. The only thing that should be 60 is the weekly bosses, frankly. Anyway. Yeah, goodbye. So, that's that with Wuthering Waves. I'm still very much into it. I've cleared most of the missions. I just have to go like around the map, find all the like random miscellaneous things. And there's a couple. There's still a few quest lines and a companion mission at least that I need to finish. So there's still content, but unfortunately I feel like that I'm almost done with like mission content, and it seems like I may be able to clear the map fairly quickly as well, so it'll be interesting. Like why did they release with this seemingly little of content if the updates patch cycle is 6 weeks? I don't know. The launch of Genshin was a very long time ago, but it feels like Genshin had more content at the beginning than Wuthering Waves, because they released 2 regions at the beginning. They had Mondstadt and Liyue, and this feels like just Liyue and not like it's missing. It feels like it's missing something. It's like you get the one area, the several sub-regions, but it's one region at the start rather than 2. So, it seems like we can clear the content a bit fast. But anyway, just probably me being able to play for long periods of time. Anyway, Factorio is a game that we're playing. What did we do last time? What are we doing today? Last time we met, I set up what? We ultimately ended up getting artificial blood, as well as the fetal serum. Those were the main the main draws for last time, the main builds that we did, fetal serum and artificial blood. To that end, there was a Flutech PP6 factory. We got into cobalt fluoride and decalin, and probably did a few other random things as well. Now, in between streams, I did notice that my, I think, biosamples didn't have a locomotive assigned. Oops. So I gave biosamples a locomotive and got that wrapped up, and that was blocking my cDNA from moving, just, from moving. So I got some cDNA. The main reason why we stopped early last time was because it was a good stopping point with the artificial blood and the fetal serum, but also at that point I had to wait an extended period of time for creatures to exist, or for critters to happen, and I've made it happen. They are made now. At least a few copies. So we've got Corlex, we've got some Archods, we've got some Zippier, some Sponges, and some Ulrich and Ziffo, although I don't necessarily need either of these. I don't need either of these to get into Py2. They're not fundamentally necessary at the moment. They will be necessary. Well, Ziffo will be necessary. Ulrich, not really necessary. At least for a very long time. Not basic Ulrich. There was one thing that I had not set up that I did need to set up, that I have done now, and that is Tufra. I did this between streams to get Tufra. Yeah, so we just had some drop frames, by the way. Just going over. Yeah, I had to wait for these to build the first creatures, and I need Tufra. I added the Tufra and the codex and DNA thing for potatoes. We need Tufra because Tufra is required to make Corlex food, or Corlex milk. So we directly need the Tufra to make Corlex milk for the milk and the casein that makes. So yeah, stuff and things. And part of this, if this looks like it's a different size, that's because it is, because for whatever reason the size reset on me to default settings. Great. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. Yeah, so I was going over the stuff I still needed to do for Py2, which includes Yaedols, Fertilizer for Yaedols, sea sponges, cytostatics, Zippier eggs, and of course the Corlex for the milk. I need milk for good alien samples, and I need the casein for the Py2. And then of course the big elephant in the room, the Archods. The Archods, the big build. The biggest of the pains in the ass of this whole process. So, what will we do today? Today's primary goals are to get Yaedols, get into the Yaedols, and I would say that we could also set up sea sponges for cytostatics as well as the Zippier eggs. I think we can do all that, maybe also the flavonoids that uses the Yaedols. Just get that stuff done, because that's the easiest stuff. That's the easiest stuff to do of the biotic-based things. The Corlex will be a build in and of itself because it also needs Tufra. So things like Tufra and Corlex stuff would ideally be a dedicated stream for that stuff primarily. Yeah, or at least half of a stream just for that, and then the other half for the starting of work on the archives. Maybe. But those are much bigger than what I need to do to get into these other items. So, it starts with fertilizer. I've also set up what should be building of stuffs in here. Oh, I don't have aluminium? Interesting. I don't have it being brought in. Right. That is a thing too. I don't have the parts for automated factories being brought into the mall at this moment in time, which would mean needing gearboxes and shafts. So I will put in a request for those. Usually it's not necessary. To upgrade the mall buildings. The specific buildings in the mall area to upgrade would be ones that you have making intermediate items, such as the copper cables, the tinned cables, the air core inductors, etc., like iron sticks, iron gears, if anything uses iron gears, and bolts. Those are the kinds of things that I would make Mark II. And specifically, not really for the speed, but for the module slots. For when I have modules for them. That's the idea. Now, in this particular playthrough, where I have the ability to put productivity on everything, then yeah, it would make sense to upgrade every building to the maximum level to reduce the overall costs through the power of modules. Or you could just do like Kaladin and have a mod installed that just lets you create it from nothing. I don't think I'm at the point where I will go that far. Maybe if I ever do another playthrough, I may consider something like that if they have not addressed the extreme expense issue. Alright, where am I going to do this? Probably here-ish? Yeah, and I need to fill this in as well with landfill. Oh yeah, I need to rebuild my landfill, don't I? That will be a mission. Any Yles? But yeah, it would be like, just like an item chest mod that lets you build any item or get any item for free. just primarily for infrastructure things, and only for infrastructure things, but ideally only after, you know, at least building one beforehand. You know, like build one normal way, then use that to get all the rest that you'll ever need. Because, yeah, there are aspects of, like, intended ways of going about building the base where you're not supposed to have access to certain buildings until after you've built certain things. So by making it so that you have to at least build one item before you get infinite of it, then yeah, that should at least still be preserved on timing of when building has become available. Oh boy, and I'm realizing right now that ash is a required item in this build. I have just now thought of this. Oopsies. We actually need to be over here with access to Omnite. Yay! Yeah, we need Omnite access. Woo-hoo. Where's my thing? There it is. Alright. Fertilizer at least is relatively easy. It'll be very limited by the urea though, at least for now. The reason why I need the Omnite is for making ash, because I'd rather not burn anything else. You need to burn chemical fuels for ash, and I'd rather not, like, spend fiber. I think it's fiber that can make ash. And bones, I think, as well. I'd rather not spend those things. Yeah, bones to ash, raw fiber to ash, flue gas to ash. That we'll use at later points. We'll use that later. We'll think about that later. We've got productivity shenanigans that we'll be able to do once we get there. The issue is getting there. The issue is getting there. Of course, as always. Where do I have? Where do I have burning? It should be some here. Y'all? Y'all. Hello. No thing. Yes. No thing. Feed it the stacked fuel. Get power. Get power. Right, what do we need here? We need the kick elk and the seaweed. Okay, I don't have seaweed. Sure. We will make it locally then. I didn't put seaweed on the trains, I guess, for somewhat valid reasons. There are reasons to not, aka throughput requirements. But sort of now means I need to have 25 of these on me. And seaweed. Which I apparently do not have any seaweed on me. Now I do. Now I have some seaweed. Okay, outputs. Looks like I could do that closer, huh? Oh well. I'll leave it like this for now. There will eventually be a point where the trains will be capable of running high throughput items. That time is not now, though, nor is it at advanced locomotives. We'll need the high-tech floating locomotives, aka Nextlit powered locomotives, before getting anything particularly high throughput would be decent enough. Oh yeah, urea. Urea, so I did need... So you're saying I did need this. Urea, urea. One, two, three, four. we go. Give water. We need water. There we go. The wawa. I just add urea. Any day now. As fertilizer. Defertilizer. You are backwards. We're done. We're done with that now. Huh. Right. The thought just occurred to me. Shocking, I know. That I don't think I have logs as logs. Provided on the rails. I have not brought intermetallics to the mall. bring those intermetallics down. So it looks like I'm out of circuits. Great! Okay. We're gonna need to provide logs. We're gonna need to provide some logs on this train network. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go to the wood factory and overflow logs. That is the easiest way of doing this, as long as I can find my wood factory. That's not the thing. That's the thing. That is my wood factory. Nothing beyond. Nothing beyond Yaedols. Well, the idea for the beyond is going to be sponges and Zippier eggs. Things that these things make. That is supposed to be my beyond for today, but we'll see. I do plan on getting those creatures built. It's just a matter of how I'll feel after doing that. Okay, how do I want to go about this? Output priority left, up, over. Up, over. There we go. Logs. Glorious logs. Okay then. What do you need? Oh yes, circuits. Right. Everything wants to eat all of my circuits. Particularly these guys. Yeah, aluminium. Hello. Yeah, you need mechanical parts. I don't have those here. What do I have on me? Probably none because I emptied my inventory. Because there's right now none, but somewhere in here there should be mechanical parts. Oops. Well, I better not need power anytime soon. Go ahead and make me a bunch of those. And a few of those. Those. Bunch of these. Why do you need like 100 circuits? Why is it 100 circuits each? On these Yaedol cultures. We have half. And you know, since I have to wait for Yaedols to exist anyway, we're gonna go with this now. We're gonna go. We're gonna live our lives and be free. Because that's the other aspect of the creature-related stuff is you have to not only have to end up building a big build, well, you also need all the modules for the module slots, ultimately. So you gotta build all the modules for the module slots before you can have a fully functional base or a fully functional factory. So, yeah. I don't like that very much. I stopped liking that a very long time ago, actually. I in fact, may have actually never enjoyed any of that at any point. Fertilizer, logs, and kick out. Oh, and wood. As wood. Whoa! Ahua. Ahua ahua. Where the wood? Ayua. Woohoo! Well, that's all we need to feed our Yaedols. Now, Yaedol culture buildings are my favorite of the actual art. I like the blue, yellow, purple color palette used here. We're gonna do lines of 10, 5 lines of 10 ultimately. I guess I could do a 7x7. That might be a little easier. We'll do 7x7. And what is the individual throughput? Tiny? Tiny. Woohoo! Is tiny. There we go. Those buildings are not rotated correctly. Oops. There we go. There we go. Need the pipes. Can't forget the pipes. The pipes and the wah-wah. Give the wah-wah. We need all of the wah-wah. Okay. Huh. Into a box. For now. Boy. Oh, they're going. They are going. Woohoo. We're done with that. We've got our Yaedols. Next will be what? May as well probably be the cytostatics? Or whatever the heck uses these. What was it that uses these? It's the flavonoids. Okay. Not the cytostatics. That's the sea sponges that we need for those. Next would be flavonoids. The flavoflaves. Flavonoids. Let's see here. Where can I build that? Here? Also, it needs seaweed. Grabbed a seaweed. After this, we'll work on sponges. See what I need for the sponges. Sponges are fairly easy. They are really just Zogna for their cost at the moment. And there's a way to get rid of the Zogna through the tech upgrades, so yeah! It's those it changes things, actually, but there's going to be a recipe that uses phytoplankton instead of muddy sludge that'll have higher output and faster output, and at that point in the game, I'm pretty sure that we also get access to the flue gas based phytoplankton, which is significantly better. Significantly better. Because it's actually self-sustaining, since I believe that there is an ash... Huh. There was something... that you could get biomass from the phytoplankton, and you can use the biomass to grow the phytoplankton. It was like a loop on being able to get the flue gas. Oh yeah, so you can get flue gas directly from biomass, not through the ash, but through the biomass itself. So you can phytoplankton into biomass, biomass into flue gas, and use the flue gas to make more phytoplankton than you spend. So it's a closed system. You just need to give it power. I'm still gonna use kick out to make biomass. Hey. And eventually the, oh boy. Yay. I have made an Etsy sale of an item that I have printed already. Cool. 100 slot storage tray. Was this done? I have to check because I can't see it here. Was this done using our link and therefore have it count towards extending the stream? It was not. So that does not extend the stream. But still, yay. Yay. Things I like. Someone bought a 100 slot Game Boy tray just now. And I happen to have... Actually, I have 2 of them already printed in black. They did order black, yeah? Yeah. Yeah. See, Etsy at least tells me the variation that the person bought in the email. eBay doesn't. That's one of my biggest issues I have just with eBay in general. One of the smaller things that I would like them to change at some point. If someone makes an order, buys my listing, eBay doesn't tell me what variation I sold in the email that they send me notifying me of the sale. I have to actually go in and look at the order page to find out what variation they've ordered, like what color of item they've ordered. It's really odd that they just don't tell you this. It's like, I would like to know that in my email that I get notifying me of the sale. Like, really? Why you no tell me? Alright, Gib Yaedol. Whenever there are Yaedols enough to eventually supply. Loaders. I don't need this many, but it's a build I already have, so may as well use it. May as well use it. Not done yet. I am autopiloting, apparently. Thingy. Pumps. There. Okay. That shall eventually be that. Moving on. Sponges. Sponges, cytostatics, then Zippier eggs. And we'll see how we're doing at that point, how I'm feeling, whether or not I want to continue working on, like, Tufra at that point. Alright, how many? 1. Cool. I need 127. And a whole bunch of, what, bioreactors? Yeah. I'll need more of those, but, yeah, those sponges. Needs intermetallics. And then it's a circuit issue. Of course it's a circuit issue. It would never be anything other than a circuit issue. Can only steal so many. Let's stop these for now. Yeah, do I have, like, any circuits in a box? I would like to steal all of them if I have any in boxes. I have a lot of things, various things in the boxes. There's 927 in there. Thing is, I may have already gone through, pulled out all the circuits. I'm thinking I may have done that thing already. $75 there. Yeah. Not many, but... Okay. Duralumin. Glass. Really no glass? No glass. That or I am blind. I may just be blind. Glass. Just grabbed a bunch of bots, didn't I? What are those little red suckers? Or did I not? Okay, or not. I think they would be in here, but not seeing. Then. Oh, you know what? I probably pulled the repair packs. That's what it was. Iron. Right, that's actually a few. Quite a few. Yeah, we've probably made enough to get going at this point, so let's get going. This is a process that'll take a long time to spin up, of course, because why wouldn't it? Why would it be normal? Under any circumstances, why would it ever be normal? I've actually been quite happy with Etsy lately with the performance on Etsy. Overall, I'm pretty sure it's surpassed my eBay at this point in terms of number of sales, but also the ad system is actually seeming to be working now. Working well. Let's be very, very specific. Well enough to be more profitable than it is than the spend on it. So Etsy has their Etsy ads system, which is their on-site ads, where you can do promoted listings like on eBay. But unlike eBay, where the promoted listings are through their standard promoted listing system, are done as a percentage of the final sale value for the cost, as in you only really pay for the promoted listing once the item sells through the promoted listing, and it's just a percentage of the value. These are pay-per-click, so yeah, it is different. It's like the promoted listing advanced system on eBay, which I've had zero success with on eBay. But it seems like it's giving some results now on Etsy. After having a reasonable-ish daily spend for a little while. I was not initially satisfied with the Etsy ads performance a little while back when I first started using it. When I used it for the very first time, I ended up stopping it for like a bit over a month. Last month. And only really started it again like at the beginning of May. Yeah, baby. And initially at like a $5 per day ad spend, but eventually, like, the system said, hey, you're reaching the limit each day. We suggest increasing it to 6.5. So I increased it to 6.5, and it is bringing in more than 2 times the ad spend on directly attributable sales, which is ideal. And that's more customers that can become repeat customers. Yeah, just everything will grow from there. And then more sales equals more growth, usually. With this, all these trees must die. More growth means more reviews. More reviews means more trust. More trust means more sales. It just builds on itself over time. It's been good. It's been good. And of course, adding more items will help as well over time. I need to get more designs for things. I need to figure out what I want for designs for things. I talked about a while back, a little while back at this point. Talked about like some accessory trays for like Nintendo 64 controller accessories. I thought it would be ultimately a single tray. This is not quite what I want out of this, but it's 4 to 5. Figure something out here. As it turns out, while I had intended to do one single tray for Nintendo 64 like controller pack accessories, I pulled out my Rumble pack and my transfer pack and saw, oh hey, they're differently sized on the slot interface. So that's going to make things difficult, to say the least. That makes things a bit harder. Wow, it's perfect. Perfectly spaced. This is going to need 2. That is my alarm to indicate that I am now halfway through the stream for the day, and it is, in fact, that time to take a bit of a break. And I will do so today, I think. Now, the other thing that I am concerned with is actually getting the full 1000 throughput through all these pass-through quartz. I'm not exactly sure about if that's doable or not. Anyway, we'll take a brief break here. When I come back, I will finish this build for the sponges, then set up the factory for the cytostatics, then set up the Zippier egg factory. We'll see where I feel like from there, if I feel I could complete the Tufra, I will do so. Otherwise, we may end there. So I'll be back shortly. All right, I have returned. Dolly is still here and very comfy. Let me see. I also need the Wawa again for that. Give that power. Wawa. There's our muddy sludge. Woo-hoo. $15 of these bioreactors. Set up to convert sea sponges into sea sponge sprouts. This sucks because we'll have to constantly provide this line with sponges, which we need more of as modules to make the thing go faster. So we have to, like, wait. We have to wait now. And here's Mr. Kitty. Here's Mr. Kitty. He's come to say hi now. He's come to say hi. Yes, he's coming to say hello. And there's a baby. There's Mr. Kitty. There's Ollie. Ollie. Yes, Ollie cat. He wants his pets too. Yeah. So it's going to be a constant drain on my resources. Yay. Until the belt fills completely with sprouts, and then with the sponges until it overflows on the sponges. Yay! We're going to box these for now. We don't need a solid input. We need a fluid input. Of Zogna. Zogna. Guess we don't got any for now. Yep. Hey, I thought I said delete. Okay, 127. How in the freaking hell are we gonna sort out 127? I don't know. Kitty, big baby. Is 127 a prime number? Or is it some, like, weird multiple of a prime? I think it's prime. So 128. Eight lines of 16. That's 16, yep. Oh, I didn't actually grab the sponges. My whole of 8 sponges, of which I have to spend at least 1 to make the sprouts. I also need to do this every other set. because I'll have to void this saline output. Yes, Mr. Ollie. Ollie Wally. Sitting pretty. Yes, Mr. Ollie. Hi. Hello, big boy. Yes, it's a pretty boy. It's a pretty boy looking. Looking around, sitting and looking at me. Starting to groom now. It would probably be in my best of interests to not have everything connected at the beginning, through the beginning phases. Because the less belt to back up before getting overflow on the sponges, the better. You know? Probably better if I limit to there. And also, like, limit to there. Just those two. Hell, even just the one I think is fine. It makes 0.13. I think is more than enough for one. So, yeah. We'll do that then. That'll go that away. That'll go that away. I would like to do that. Overall, that is a good place to copy paste the line. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 128. This will take a bit of time to craft all this infrastructure. Almost done. There we go. That's sorted. Now we need to go to the mall to pick up what we have of the adult sponges. It also looks like I ran out of pipe to ground. Great. Fantastic. Gerwiggers. Get back. Go on up. Whee. In the meanwhile, This is the Zogna pipeline. As for the other pipeline for the muddy sludge, we're gonna do this. And then for yonder, we're gonna start hooking up the output saline pipeline, sticking down a sinkhole on that. I am here. I've arrived to grab my sponges. Then head straight back. It's a baby. It's a haunch. It's a thigh. That's his haunches. Yeah, big boy. Big girly. And big girly behind my head too. He's here. There's a tail. There's a floof. A floof. The floofy tail of the dolly. She's so floofy. He's not as floofy, but he does have some floof. He's got a bit of floof. Little bit. Oh boy. Alright, let's get a sponge. A sponge. And then all the rest in there. Yep. That's how we're gonna play this. Place these pipes. Then go over, find what was not previously placed of the pipe to grounds. And place them all as well. There were a few, it looks like. Okay, the only purple left is the buildings themselves. Alright. Purple time. Nice and fast. Cool. Alright then. You should be moving. Oh. The moment I get any amount of Zogna brought in, it should be moving. Zogna, way to go. No petri dishes. No empty petries. Empty petries are going. But, yeah, the locomotive is a bit busy. I don't have enough production. And I don't have enough glass, molten glass, for it. And I don't have enough acetylene for that molten glass for it. So, yeah. About that. We should probably try to address that at some point. Maybe. However, that's sponges. I know I don't have the locomotive on there yet, but it's sort of not necessary yet. It's going to take a while. So, in the meanwhile, casing, cytostatics. Cytostatics. We're gonna place a building. It's gonna need the things. Need a gene lab. Hope I have a gene lab. Do I have a gene lab? Yes. I has a gene lab. And bots are bringing me enough things, I think. Okay. I do not need to be at a source of Omnite. Am I going to consider this as a source of Omnite for the factory below? I think so. Meaning, logically, that my next expansion area is in there. So I'm gonna need to grab the landfill that I have made and hope and pray that it is enough. It had dang well better be enough. Landfill. Is that it? Is that all? 182K. Sure looks like it, huh? Okay then. Hope it's enough. This is actually my primary reason for using Far Reach. This right here. This is the reason for Far Reach existing. It was purely so that I could put down landfill remotely. It's like I just need to be able to place landfill remotely. There's no way that I would do it needing to stand near it. There's still 72,000 units. It's not going to be enough, I'm sorry to say, to completely landfill the entire thing, but I'm going to use everything that I've got on this on this thingy. This lake. I'm at least gonna get the lines drawn for the rails. Fill in as much as I can to complete as many thingies as I can. There we go. We're out. We're all out. Oh noes. But hey, it's fine. We can make more. There. That's a rail grid. We're gonna go here. I'm not in my locomotive. Great. Robots, thank you for things. The glorious things. Oh. Missed a spot. At least there's not really another big lake to fill in until we get out here. And like lakes up here. Don't know about this corner, what's going on in here, but there might be something in there. But in terms of the growth of the base going forward, my goal is actually to make it more round, or at least, you know, squared over time. So we need to build to the right, and we need to build up. We need to go up a bit more. And you can see there's a few extra, there's a few squares to fill in before we run into issues with needing to fill in more water once this lake is filled in. Hopefully by then I'll have sufficient landfill. But that is the biggest. It's not the biggest. It's one of the issues that I have with the Pi suite is around landfill. It's simply too expensive and takes too long to build landfill. In the standard high settings. There's no reason for landfill to be as much stuff as it takes. I mean, I can sort of get it, but I think gameplay has to win out in that circumstance. Like, yes, filling in water with land is a hell of an endeavor normally. But, yeah, that's an element of realism. I think that goes a little bit of a step too far for the gameplay purposes here. Yles, cytostatics. Need the sponges, they need plastic, they need the plasmids, they need glassware, and they need Decalin. Okay, Let's do plastic, sponge, plasmid, glassware, and a deca. Okay. Cytostatics. Define that. And we're done. Next. Zippier eggs. Zippier eggs I have as a plan. They need a few other things. Let's see, they do need steam, but that's electricity. They need stone, and that's going to need omnite. So we need a source of omnite for this factory. Woohoo! Yay! Omnite, woohoo! Finally, a thing that's using omnite. I need a quenching tower, and I need a bunch more phytoplankton farms, which I'm likely only lacking in... Oh! Duralumin. Okay. That's fine. We will build this here. Gives me the opportunity to fill in this line. And, yeah, so, about that. I can't really box the thingy unless I put it up here. And I'd much rather box the thingy, so we'll do that. It'll be okay. I don't need a huge amount here. I just gotta bring it down. Okay. Duralumin. That was ceramic, not duralumin. Do I not? Oh. I not. Let's also get the aluminium, I guess, while we're at it. Duralumin. Aluminium. Alright, then I guess I'll go to my crates. To my depots. Pick up stuff that I've left from the mall destruction. Okay, looking for duralumin. Come on, squeeze. Thank you. There's 2,000. And then what was I building? These. So I just added 15. What are we at? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25. I need another 13. I'll just do all of it. Sneezes? Sneezes? She sneezes! Oh, baby. Baby sneezes. She sneezes. Whoa, baby sneezes. Sneezes. And Mr. Cat sleepy too. He sleepies. He's a sleepies. Yes, he's sleepies. He's sleepies. Oh, so spread out. He's spread out. Don't fall over now. Don't fall over, Mr. Cat. You've done that before. He's in that perfect position where he could just flip over. He can flip and go straight down the hole. That's right here. There's a gap there. He's fallen through that gap before. Goodness. Because these are two separate desks, and yeah, I sort of want to have the TV like a little bit angled towards me because it is a third monitor from my PC. I don't even use it as a TV. Not really. I mean, it's a thing I hook my consoles up to when I use the consoles. But even then, they're all hooked up to the PC anyway through my internal capture card. So I can just play it on the screen in front of me, directly in front of me, instead of having to turn around. I mean, yeah, it's bigger, but also I can also just hear on the screen in front of me through the capture card. So I just do that. And then it's there if I want to record anything and take any screenshots of anything. I can do that. I can do that thing. Any hoozles, that should be all of the stuff. I now need my Zippier, of which there are 9. And in this instance, I do actually have to sit and wait until I have the full 32. Excuse me? I really hate that bug. That's a bug right there. So why does this say that I need 16 and why does this say I need 15? How many do I actually need? all the others add up. Why does that say 15 flat? And why does it say I need 16? When it's supposed to be 15 flat. There's some rounding going on here somewhere, I think. Either way, I need to wait for enough Zippier. That is... Come on, microphone, you can do it. That is the point, because I'm not going to build additional Zippier, like actual Zippier reefs to make more Zippier. That I'm not going to hatch these eggs to make additional Zippier. That's not happening, actually. Yeah, decimals are hard. Especially when using creatures as modules. And trying to design your mod around the idea that if you don't have the creatures in the building, that the building isn't supposed to move at all. These are the things that can happen. Like, why is that an issue? Because of this extreme edge case scenario that, of course, Pyanodons uses. Wouldn't be an issue if those creature modules didn't exist. And I am of the opinion that the creature modules should not exist. Full stop. Not as modules. Okay. Where, oh where? Here? No. Aha. Here. Yeah. It overdoes it a little bit, but that's alright. Creature chambers not going to be a thing anymore. Apparently. I will say this though, I'm here to play Factorio, not play Pokemon, so the whole concept of having creatures on the map is just doesn't appeal to me. If they're adding them to the map, I don't care, and I'm likely not going to play the game with that as a mechanic. Like, I'm not here to play Py Aliens. And I will not play with it as a mechanic. Like, that will not happen. What do I want next? Hope this actually is fixed fully this time. There are already way too many issues with performance. Why in the world would I add another extremely major contributor to the performance issue? And that's what you're going to get with having the creatures on the map. Because they will be functionally the same as biters. And why do I not play with biters? Well, outside of them being excessively annoying through the entirety of the game, they also are an extreme hit to performance at the end of game. You realize having all of those biters on the map and having entities, extra entities that move and have AI associated with them is extremely impactful on the performance of the game. And you're talking about adding all of the animals in Pyanodons mods as moving entities on the map. If they're like trees you pick up, whatever. But if they're moving entities on the map, following the biter model, and have like spawning mechanics, like the biter mechanics, it doesn't matter if they're on separate worlds, the game still has to fucking simulate it. In the background, they still have to simulate it. There's no getting off of that. Doesn't matter if they're separate worlds, it's still going to be an extreme performance hit. I mean, it's like, particularly on the map you're on, yes, it will be a big performance hit even on the map you're on, even if it doesn't have that many on the individual world. They will still exist and need to be simulated. And all of the rest of your factories are simulated on all of the worlds, so it will always be impactful on the performance of the game. They still have to simulate it. Game still has to run. Which is why at this moment in time, like, I have zero interest in anything, in any expansion to Pi Suite going forward. Like, this will, like, very likely be the final time I ever play Pi. Yeah. Very likely this is the last time I ever play Pi. It has way too many issues that they refuse to fix. And consider as non-issues when they really very much are extreme issues. How much steam? 60. How much steam? Oh. I'll do 2 just to be safe. time shouldn't be spent adding things until the experience has been, you know, actually fixed. Fix the things that are broken instead of wasting time adding more things that will make it more broken. Because it's going to be made more broken. I used to like the experience, but the thing is about that is you get the initial experience once. And I think getting the initial experience once is fine, as long as you never go to do it again, because as you do it more and more, the more it grates on you, for one. The more you realize just how bad it is in general. And, yeah. I know a lot more now than I did then. If I knew as much about the game now as I did then at the beginning of the thing, I may not have even played it, to be honest. Of course, when I first started playing it, we did not have Pi Alien Life. Or Pi Alternative Energy. When I first started playing Pi, those did not exist. And frankly, a huge portion of my issues with the Pi suite that I have, what makes it not enjoyable, stems exclusively from the things that were added and changed for Pi Alien Life. Pi Alien Life effectively killed all enjoyment of the Pi suite. It had interesting concepts that were executed extremely poorly. And alternative energy seems to have doubled down on some of the things about it, too. 19 times 2 is 38, I think. What is 38 over 2? Yeah. Yes, cats. We have 2 cats. I know. There are 2 cats. Yeah, that cool way to get formic acid. Yeah, that was my idea. by the way, that was not originally part of Pi Alien Life. I had the idea, hey, you know, you have these things that are Vrauks that are supposed to be based, that appear to be based off of ants. Like, they should produce formic acid as their blood. They should be able to, the thought was they should be able to get formic acid from Vrauk. And they converted what was arthropod blood into formic. For the Vrauk. And yeah, you know, when I first played this, as one of the first to do so, like as streamed, making video content of the experience, you know, it had a lot of mechanics that were actually interesting and fun, and over time, every single one of them was nerfed into oblivion or straight up removed. So, yeah, you know, I think I can only take so much of that. Because yeah, all the nice, interesting things that you could do in the game, all these nice processes that we could do, rely upon, and just good ways to play the game that made it actually, you know, bearable. Yeah, all that got taken away. Like, huh? Like, you're literally saying I can't have fun. It should not be the goal. Sorry to say, but actively making the player angry should not be the goal of a mod, or of anything that you put creative effort into. And over, like, all of the streams, I have very much been exceedingly vocal as to exactly the issues with the Pi suite, like, or with Alien Life specifically. I've vocalized those issues plenty enough times at this point. Fish. All right, fishies. Wow, there's actually fishies. Come on down. All right. Let's get this done. Just to point out. Yeah, that's one of the issues. This building is 22 by 22 tiles in size. Just gonna throw that out there as like, who thought this was a good idea? Situation. You came from the Morrowind videos. Wow, that was a while ago that I recorded those. Factorio was definitely very different from that. This mod suite in particular is very different from even the standard Factorio. It is the most difficult mod suite for Factorio in existence. And unfortunately, I would like to say that it would be a compelling bit of extra difficulty that is genuinely a fun experience. I would love to say that, but yeah, I can't in good conscience say that. Not at the moment, anyway. Because it's not. Used to be. Not anymore. Huh? The... what? Oh. But fundamentally, this is a game about using things to make things. And making all of the things. In this mod, we gotta make a level of science that requires doing quantum computing. As in, like, super futuristic mega quantum computing, not like what exists now. Oh yeah, it's a game where it has like thousands of items to build, and this is our factory right now, and we're not even like part way through the game. We're not even close to halfway through the game. Our factory looks it's a bit like this. Yes, I do have the ability to keep track of it all. I can keep track of it all. That's the easy part for me. Like, it's not that I can't do it, it's that over time it's become less and less and less enjoyable to do it. And thus my constant complaining and decision that this is very likely going to be the last time I play this particular set of mods. You know, 6 times may be enough for me. Six? Completion? If I complete it? Off the rails, AL1, AL2, AE1, I block, and now Omni. Yeah, this would be 6. Hey, we got eggs. First egg happened. The Zippier are laying their eggs. Woohoo. Oops. Train. Full cargo. Surfing edition. Yeah, these babies are just attached. This one is like the shadow. He goes where I go. Mrs. Cat up here is a bit more independent. Miss Dolly. Yeah, Dolly's more independent than Ollie. But yeah, they like going on the chair. They like going up on the behind the bookcase here. There's a stack of boxes. They can like sit up behind the bookcase, like at the top. You can see like their ears poking out time to time. They just like being around. They like being around and comfy. I got them used to that very early, since we had them since kittens. We got them at like, what was it? 16 weeks? Or 12? I don't know, however many weeks it is between March 15 and like May 31st or something like that. And gosh, they were pretty young when we picked them up. Like officially their birth date is March 15th, but it's a guess as to the exact date. That's just the approximation. Might have been a bit earlier than that, a little bit earlier, but yeah, basically as soon as they were big enough to get fixed through the rescue, getting their discounts for being a rescue. They did that. And then we got them shortly after. I look different from the Morrowind series. Yeah, I've probably gained a bit of weight back since then. How long ago was that Morrowind series again? I did 2. 2? Did I? No, I streamed the one. That was, what? A long time ago. When I was at my lowest weight, I did not feel healthy. So I did at least accept that I would gain some weight back. I didn't try to keep the weight off completely, but yeah, 4 years, 2020-ish range, yeah, I was, I think, around my lowest. And then COVID happened. And, yeah, see about that. I stopped my strict ketogenic diet that I was doing like a couple of years, 3 years-ish, around then. And I've gained like half the weight back or more, but I'm still a lot lower than I was, which is fine. I feel like I do need to lose more weight again, though, but it's another matter entirely. I'd rather not do the ketogenic again. Alright, so this is actually just going. Alright. Zippier eggs. Oh. Yeah, I was like down to just under 190 pounds. It's like 189.6, whatever. I like had just crossed that for the lowest weight. And I did not feel healthy at that point because I wasn't exercising. And by that point, I was starting to lose some critical muscle mass in specific areas that I was like, okay, no, I can't have that anymore, despite the amount of protein that I was eating, and despite what I'd seen saying that as long as your protein intake is fine, it reduces the effects greatly from not exercising. But yeah, whatever happened to me. Lost some muscle that should not have been gone. So yep, started getting the weight back. I wanted to be like 100 kilos, 220, ultimately. Stay around that weight. That's out the window at the moment. Hey, Morrowind's good. It's a good game. He's a good game. Little dated at this point, but still good game. Best setting for Elder Scrolls series to date. I don't know why people like Oblivion. Frankly, the setting is so bland and boring. The like Imperial capital region just is so bland. It's like it's just forests. The whole area, it's just forests. Like, I don't care. And I didn't really care with Skyrim either. It's like, oh, snow-capped mountains. And more snow-capped mountains. Like, okay, there's a field. Oh, there's a swamp. Yeah, there's nothing actually interesting about the Skyrim map. Nothing at all. Morrowind, you had literal mushroom trees. Grown by wizards. To become houses. And towers, mansions. I think I'd know the setting that I'd prefer experiencing. Anyway, stuff. Now that I has the eggs, I think that there's not really enough time to get into the other biotic stuff. We could do microfiber, maybe. I don't know, that's a lot of centrifuges. I think this is a good stopping point. Think this is a pretty good stopping point for the day. Now that we've set up the Yaedols and the flavonoids, we've set up the fertilizer for the Yaedols for the flavonoids, and we've set up the sponges for cytostatics, and we've gotten the Zippier eggs. All of that done, the next steps would be to get into Tufra potatoes, for getting into Corlax milk / Corlax for Corlax milk, and the milk for the casein, to get the casein and the milk. Then it's archrods. Which that's, those bees are gonna be a big mission. Just to get honey. Just to get their danged honey for 2 of these items here on our way to Science 2, Pi Science 2. Booga. Booga. Boogity. Boo. That's gonna be a while yet to get into that. It'll be very nice once we get there. It'll be very nice to be at Pi Science 2 and to get some techs from Pi Science 2. But yeah, sort of got to get there, and as I've said before, this phase of the game is like the worst part. The rail transition takes a really long time and is really tedious. And then getting to Py2 also takes a really long time. On top of that, it includes the worst creature in the game to build in the form of archrods. In my opinion, archrods are the #1 worst of the Pi alien life creatures to build. So we gotta finally do that at some point. But once you do all this, once you get into Py2, well, then it's even more work, because then you're working on getting into chemical science and getting into circuit 2s for chemical science. It only really gets better at modules, after modules. But yeah, we get through all this crap, and then by the later phases of the game, the late phase of the game goes by super fast and super easily, because that's when you can actually start pumping out volume of products. Then it actually gets fun when you can start pumping out volume of products. Problem is, you have to get there, and if getting there isn't fun, then the experience itself is not fun. Anyway, that's going to be where we end the stream for the day, folks. I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Show. If you've enjoyed the stream, do all the social stuff below the video. I will be back on Thursday to work towards Tufra and Corlex stuff. I hope to see you all then.